Welcome back. The courts are gradually coming back alive again after the annual vacation. Let's bring you now a recap of some of the top cases from the courts.
We begin with the report that 4 companies allegedly used to launder the sum of $15.591 million last week Thursday pleaded guilty to the offense. The 4 companies are Pluto Property and Investment Company Limited, Seagate Property Development and Investment Company Limited, Transocean Property and Investment Company Limited, and Development Company Limited. They were all charged by the EFCC alongside Waripamo Owe Dudafa, a former special advisor on domestic affairs to former President Goodluck Jonathan. The other defendants are a lawyer, Amajoyi Azubike Briggs, and a banker, Demola Bolodeoku. While the companies pleaded guilty, the former presidential aide, the lawyer, and banker all pleaded not guilty to 15-count amended charges. With the guilty plea of the companies, there is a likelihood that the monies in the company's account will be forfeited to the federal government. The wife of the former president, Mrs. Patience Jonathan, has however claimed ownership of the monies. Mrs. Jonathan had last week filed a fundamental rights enforcement suit at the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos, where she asked the court to make an order to compel the EFCC to lift the no-debit order. She is also seeking damages against Skybank in the sum of 200 million naira for what she termed a violation of her rights to own personal property under Section 44 of the Constitution. The suit is yet to be argued in court. Another judge of the same Federal High Court in Lagos last week Friday struck out a suit challenging President Muhammadu Buhari's appointment of Hamid Ali as the Controller General of the Nigeria Customs Service. The case was filed in November 2015 by a Lagos-based lawyer, Ebun Olu Adegborua. In the suit, Mr. Adegborua asked the court to determine if President Buhari can appoint anyone as Controller General of Customs while complying with Section 3 of the Official Gazette of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 2002, where it was stated that only those with the rank of Deputy Controller General of Customs can be elevated to the position of Controller General. In striking out the suit, Justice Muslim Hassan also ruled that Mr. Adegborua lacked the locus standi to file the suit as he is not a member of the Customs Service. Britain's State Prosecutor Agency have held that the conviction of a former governor of Delta State, Mr. James Ibori, for fraud and money laundering remained valid, despite evidence that a British police officer took bribes during the investigation of his case. Mr. James Ibori, who served as the governor of Delta State between 1999 and 2007, is currently serving a 13-year jail term in a British prison after pleading guilty in 2012 to 10 counts of fraud and money laundering. But the case has become an embarrassment for Britain since one of Mr. Ibori's associates, convicted money launderer Badresh Gohil, alleged that the judicial process was tainted because prosecutors had covered up evidence of police corruption. The authorities initially denied everything and charged Mr. Gohil with perverting the course of justice, but that prosecution was abruptly dropped in January. In May, the Crown Prosecution Service said it had found material evidence to support the assertion that a police officer indeed received payment in return for information. After an internal review of the case lasting months, the CPS said last week Thursday that while the material should have been disclosed to the defense, that did not call into question the validity of the convictions of Mr. Ibori, Mr. Gohil, and others. And we round off with a report that the chief of the International Monetary Fund, Christine Lagarde, is set to go on trial in December the 12th over a massive state payout to a businessman, Bernard Tapie. The payment was made when she, Lagarde, served as the finance minister of France from 2007 to 2011. And even though she has always claimed that she acted in the country's best interest, she will be tried for negligence by the Court of Justice of the Republic, a tribunal that hears cases against ministers accused of wrongdoing while discharging their duties. The case stems from Lagarde's handling of a dispute with Tapie, a businessman and former minister who claimed he was defrauded by a state bank in its sale of sportswear giant Adidas. Tapie owned Adidas but lost control of it after he went bankrupt.
And that's the program for today. If you missed any part of it, you can find it and past episodes on our YouTube channel. Do also give us feedback via any of our social media platforms. I'm Shola Shoyeli. Thank you for watching.